Dear Mrs. Patton, as a volunteer nurse for the Capital Founding Home, I'm writing this personal appeal for a contribution to our building fund. We must add a new wing in order to care for the many babies in need of a home.
Speaking of babies in need of a home, Glen, it's Tony Parrish.
Tony? Katy, come over and see the eighth wonder of the world.
Still bundled up to the ears.
Heaven forbid he should get caught in a draft.
What is it?
You may well ask. It is a Tony Parrish.
Tony Parrish?
The millionaire's millionaire.
He's an old friend of the family.
We grew up together. Or at least, I grew up. How are you? Hello, Tony. Father.
If I may still call you Mother.
Oh, don't you dare call me anything else.
Glen, it's good to see you.
Well, it's good to see you too, Tony. Where have you been for the last 2 years?
In chronological order, everywhere. Would it be all right if I camp out with you for a few days?
Well, of course. You seem to have come prepared to rough it.
Same room, Mother.
Yes, you're always welcome.
Charles, you know.
Katy, this is Mr. Tony Parrish. Tony, Miss Katy Holstrom, my boy's governess.
Beautiful. Kids these days have everything.
How do you do?
And I'd like you to meet Guinevere.
Oh.
Guinevere. We're here for the dog show.
Well, speaking for the dog lovers of Washington, D.C., Guinevere, I make you welcome.
Save the politicking, Congressman. She won't be old enough to vote till 1974. I am completely exhausted. Traveling in that car is maddening. Mile after mile, the infernal ticking of that clock.
How's your mother?
Oh, she's marvelous. I saw her 6 months ago at the Hong Kong airport. I was on my way to the Mediterranean for a rest.
A rest from what?
From being rich. It's not easy. Mother sends her love.
Thank you. Girl mine when you see her.
We swore we'd get together at the next Olympics. Please. It's a little drafty.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Thomas, my spray. Thank you.
Tony, you haven't changed a bit.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm off to the founding home. Where would you like the dog to stay?
Okay, Gwen? This'll do. I'm glad you have twins. She doesn't like to share a bed. It's, your move.
I know. Well, now it's your move.
Checkmate. As usual.
Have I ever beaten you?
Never. I'm very good.
Yes, I know, but somehow it always surprises me. Oh, would you like a nightcap?
Oh, no, just some carbonated water, Glen.
Do those things really do any good?
They cure all sorts of ills.
Have you ever tried a witch doctor?
Why put up with your kidding?
Because it doesn't really bother you.
I'm not totally insensitive, you know.
No. But you are very adept at ignoring reality.
That is one of the great virtues of money, Glen. Ignoring reality is a true luxury. And so is being here. In a real home with nobody wanting anything from me.
Oh, come now, Tony. Who wants anything from you?
Everybody. If it isn't money, it's marriage. I'm the number one target of every unmarried woman on 5 continents.
Well, what's the matter with the other continents?
They're busy emerging. I do average 8 proposals a week. Fortunately, this week my average will be lower.
Wow. Why not just take the plunge?
If I made a mistake, it could cost me a fortune. What's your excuse?
Well,
Ooh.
Oh, good evening, Katy.
Hello.
Well, it must be chilly out there.
Yeah, it is in the low 70s.
The night air can be treacherous. I'll be on to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Tony. Sleep warm. Well, how was it tonight?
Like any other night. Crowded.
So many volunteers?
So many children. The founding home has become so successful we must build on another wing, but we're still $10,000 short.
Well, I guess you'll just have to write some more of those letters.
We've gotten all the small contributions we're going to get. But I did have an idea.
Yes?
I'd like to ask Mr. Parrish.
For $10,000?
Oh, with your permission, of course. You did say he was very wealthy.
Well, that he is.
Then may I?
You know, it might be a good idea for Tony to feel the forces of reality closing in around him.
What does that mean?
It means ask him with my blessing. After all, we're not charging him for the room.
Oh, hello there.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
A little brisk. I find a midday walk helps keep up our muscle tone. You care to join us?
Yeah, thank you.
We've got to keep one in there in shape for the dog show.
I was working at the Capitol Foundling Home last night.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I go there once a week to help take care of the baby.
Good for you. You all right, sweetheart? Of course.
As I was saying, I go to the Capitol Foundling Home to help take care of the baby.
I heard you.
Oh. Well, I thought you might be interested to visit the home.
Why?
You don't like babies?
What did you have in mind?
I just thought you might be interested.
Baby?
In babies.
You like babies?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. And you'd like to have a family of your own.
Well, yeah.
The sooner the better.
Yeah.
And you may finally have met a man whom you'd like to be the father of your children?
Well, it is possible.
That's what they all say. And we can make such beautiful music together.
I beg your pardon?
No. I beg your pardon. You'll have to excuse me. It's time for my daily anxiety attack.
Hello, Katy.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Morley.
Somebody's sick.
Mr. Parrish, I think. He's been in his room all afternoon.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know. I was telling him about the foundling home, and suddenly he developed an anxiety attack.
She thought you were going to ask him for money.
I was, but I never got to it. And then he began saying something I did not understand.
Well, give him another chance. It's not easy to talk clearly with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Hello. I thought you might like to have some tea.
Very domestic.
I beg your pardon.
Vera is still napping. Holstrom, I feel I must nip this whole thing in the bud.
In the bud?
In the bud.
I don't understand.
To ask me to credit your sudden innocence, your lack of comprehension is, if I may say so, a bit much.
That is a bit much.
To put it bluntly, Miss Holstrom, and at the risk of seeming ungracious, I simply cannot marry you.
You cannot marry me?
No.
What do you mean?
Don't attempt to establish the basis for a breach of promise suit or heart balm. I will fight you through every court in the land, and I must have at least 100 lawyers.
Mr. Parrish, I don't have any lawyers, and I have no intention of suing you for heart balm, breach of promise, or anything else, and I do not want to marry you.
You don't?
No, whatever gave you that idea?
Well, all this talk about babies,
You're
becoming
the
a
one
mother.
talking about babies, not I.
But then I don't understand.
I was leading up to something, it's true, but it was not marriage.
Oh, well, then what was it?
I was wondering whether you could let me have $10,000. Mr. Parrish? Mr. Parrish?
I'm thinking.
Yeah?
I'm trying to decide
Yeah?
whether to take 2 of the pink pills or 1 of the white ones.
And its facilities. It's a very worthy cause.
May I have the breathe filter? Thank you. Softens the flow of air. Would you hold it?
Yeah. The home is in need of another wing. There are so many babies, and you see, there's just not room enough for all of them.
There is no doubt in my mind that the Capital Foundling Home is a worthy cause.
Oh, I'm glad.
You presented its case eloquently.
Thank you.
Scissors. Unfortunately, the world is full of worthy causes.
Oh, I suppose that is true.
And everyone has an instant sympathy and understanding of these causes, but
Yeah?
no one has any sympathy and understanding for the rich. No one has any real insight into their problems.
What are their problems?
Everyone's always after them for something, money mostly. The hands of the world are constantly out. Brush.
That is not always the fault of the world.
It's not my fault either. And in many cases, people are out to get something for themselves rather than their cause.
Well, that's a very narrow view.
Don't mean to imply it's true in your case.
Thank you.
But I do have to protect myself from that, element.
Fine, but that does not mean that you have to rule out all worthy causes. There are some things more important than dogs.
Dogs are important.
But not more important than people.
Miss Hallstrom, how we spend our money is our business. It is our money. And we're not obligated to give it away.
No, you're not obligated, except by your conscience. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to do something constructive?
Always at my expense.
You're so busy worrying about what people will take from you that you give no thought to what you can give. That's a dreadful mistake.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Why? Suppose someone did manage to use you for his own personal gains with all your money. Could that possibly be such a mortal blow?
Maybe not mortal, but terribly painful. Fini.
Compared to the good you might do? You're so wrapped up in yourself, you miss half the joy in living. And you cannot even breathe freely. Mr. Parrish, I feel very sorry for you. With all your money, you're a very poor man.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Morley.
Tonight's not your night.
One of the girls is sick. They asked if I could come.
Still mailing those letters? No luck with Tony, huh?
No. Mr. Morley, I'm afraid I owe you an apology. I was not very polite to your friend.
What happened?
I just found his attitude rather ridiculous, and I told him so.
Spare me. I know his attitude, and it is ridiculous. I'd rather be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah.
Where is he?
I think he's lying down.
Of course, that's Tony. He takes everything lying down.
She was very harsh.
I think you're entirely too sensitive.
Tony?
Oh, hello, Glen.
You are wearing out that bed.
I had a rather traumatic experience this morning. Nobody has ever talked to me the way Miss Holstrom did.
Good for her.
Do you have any idea what she said?
I can easily imagine.
How?
Well, knowing Katy, and knowing your inevitable lecture on the trials of being rich, I can guess. But I am curious, what did she say exactly?
In effect, that I was useless. Even worse, pointless.
That does seem a bit harsh.
Useless, maybe. But pointless?
I can't really believe that Katy would say anything like that, but it does bear thinking about, doesn't it?
It too, Glen? That really hurts.
I'm sorry, Tony. I don't mean to hurt you, but there is an element of...
That woman really shook me up.
Well, good. If Katy can do that, it proves there's something worth shaking up.
Mother?
I quite agree.
Just try breathing. Come on, just try it.
Just try one nostril at a time.
See? Come on, why don't you bundle up in your heaviest overcoat and run down there and see what Katy's talking about?
To the foundling home?
Well, don't worry. Nobody's going to try to adopt you.
I'm looking for Miss Holstrom.
Oh, she's probably up in the nursery.
I've been there. There's no one there.
No one?
Well, just a bunch of little people. What are you, fellas up to?
But what does it look like? We're putting diapers on dolls.
You're doing it all wrong. That's not right. You're not following the example.
You got any kids?
I have a poodle. All right? All together. Fold 1. Fold 2. Fold 3. Very good. Let's try it again. Fold 1. Fold 2. Fold 3. Mills, you'll make a father yet. All right, fellas, let's try it once more. Fold 1. Fold 2. Fold 3.
Well, Mr. Parrish,
Miss Holstrom?
can you complete the operation?
Of course. May I? Fold 1, fold 2, fold 3. Thanks, fellas. After handling a pool, it's really no problem. Keep practicing, then. I had a conversation with Glen and Mrs. Morley, and they seemed to agree with some of the things you said about me. All of them, actually. They are old friends, and I respect their opinion.
You do?
I hate them, but I respect their opinion. And so I thought I'd better take another look at things.
I'm glad.
I'm sorry. Because one of the things I took a look at was all those babies upstairs.
Yeah?
And I know that look's going to cost me an awful lot of money.
I'm glad about that, too.
Is that one of the little fundraisers?
Yeah. Would you like to hold her?
Why not?
Every once in a while we bring in a baby so the fathers can get used to the real thing.
Wonderful idea. They seem like a rather awkward group because it takes time to get your feet wet. Miss Holstrom?
Yeah?
The baby.
Well, you know what to do.
Me?
For a man who wants to get his feet wet, a baby is a very good way to start.
Goodbye and good luck. Goodbye, Glen. Goodbye, Katy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Bye,
Mother.
dear.
Oh, no. From now on, she rides in the other car. Oh, well, she may not be a winner, but at least she's housebroken. Get in.
Well, what do you think? Did we make a lasting impression on Tony?
I don't know. But if not, we got an awful lot of good out of his momentary weakness.